Hello, and welcome to English Avenue Podcast.
Your cozy little place to learn easy English through real, everyday conversations. I'm Anna.
And I'm Jake, and today we are talking about a proverb you have probably heard many times before. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yes, this is one of those proverbs we heard in school, maybe from a teacher, maybe from our parents, maybe from that one serious uncle who uses proverbs for every small problem.
Right. You say, I can't find my charger, and he says, where there's a will, there's a way.
And you're like, Uncle, I just need the charger, not a life lesson.
But honestly, when we slow down and really think about it, this proverb is powerful.
Yes, because it does not mean life is always easy. It does not mean every problem disappears just because you want something badly.
Exactly. That would be too simple, and honestly, a little unfair.
What it really means is this. When something truly matters to you, you begin to search for a way. Maybe not the perfect way, maybe not the first way, but some possible way.
And that is what we're exploring today. Not in a heavy motivational speech way, not like wake up at 4 a.m. and conquer the universe.
Please no, some of us are still negotiating with the alarm clock at 7.
Very true. We're keeping this episode human, practical, and easy to connect with.
Exactly. And that is why today's episode is a B2 level English conversation. You will hear natural English, useful expressions, and some strong B2 words that you can use in real conversations.
Yes, words that help you move beyond basic English and explain real moments with more detail, more emotion, and more confidence.
Right, because when you know better words, your ideas become stronger. You can describe a situation clearly, naturally, and impressively.
So basically, you get to level up your English with us without feeling like English is chasing you with a notebook.
No, English is not chasing you today.
Exactly. Today, English is just walking beside you with snacks, good energy, and maybe one or two useful new words.
That sounds much better.
Much better. Friendly English. No panic. No scary notebook.
And don't worry if you do not understand every word immediately. Just listen to the conversation first. Later, we will explain these words clearly in our word tour with simple examples.
Right. So for now, just relax into the conversation. Listen like you're sitting with two friends, not taking a test.
And you know, Jake, this proverb always makes me think of those small, everyday problems that suddenly feel like a full life test.
Like what?
Like when your phone battery is at 2%, you're outside, you need to book a ride, and suddenly you become the most focused person on earth.
Oh, yes. In that moment, your willpower becomes professional.
Exactly. You ask strangers for a charger, reduce the brightness, close every app, stand near a plug like it's a holy place.
And somehow you find a way.
See, that's what I like about this topic. It's not only about big dreams or big success. Sometimes this proverb shows up in very normal life.
Right. When something matters enough, even a small thing, we suddenly become creative.
And today, we're going to talk about that. How willpower works in real life, why luck is not the same as effort, and why sometimes the way is not the first plan.
All right, let's jump in.
So let's begin with the first word in the proverb, will, because I think we often jump to the way first.
Right. We want the road, the plan, the steps, the guarantee.
Exactly. We want life to say, here is the full map. Follow this route. No confusion, no embarrassment, no wrong turns.
Basically, we want Google Maps for life.
Yes. In 200 meters, turn left after your first failure.
Then continue straight through mild panic.
Very accurate.
But real life does not usually show us the full way at the beginning.
No, many times you only know one thing. This matters to me.
And that is where will begins.
Yes. Will is that inner decision. It is the quiet feeling that says, I may not know how yet, but I still want to try.
That is being determined.
Good word. Determined means you strongly decide to do something, even when it is difficult.
Right. A determined person does not always feel confident. They do not always have a perfect plan, but they have a strong reason to continue.
I like that, because sometimes determination is not dramatic. It's not always standing on a mountain with music in the background.
No slow-motion jacket flying in the wind.
Not every day.
Sometimes determination is just opening the laptop again after a bad day.
Or practicing one sentence again, even though yesterday you felt embarrassed.
Or applying for one more job after getting no reply.
Exactly. The will comes first. Then the way becomes clearer little by little.
Like walking in fog. At first you cannot see the whole road, but when you take one step, the next step appears.
That is such a good image. You don't need the whole road to begin. You just need enough light for the next step.
And for English learners, this is important too. You may not know exactly how you will become fluent.
Right, but if you are determined to improve, you can start with one small way.
One episode, one phrase, one sentence, one small conversation.
And maybe that's enough for today.
Exactly. And once we understand that will comes first, we also need to talk about something people often confuse with willpower.
Luck.
Yes, luck.
Right. Luck is interesting because sometimes life gives us a surprise.
Yes, something happens unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly means something happens in a surprising way when you did not see it coming.
Like finding money in an old jacket pocket.
That is not money. That is a gift from your past self.
Past Jake is sometimes very generous.
But yes, lucky moments happen. You meet the right person, you hear the right advice, you find the right video at the right time.
And those moments can help. We should not pretend luck never matters.
True, but luck is not the same as willpower.
Exactly. Luck may help once, but willpower builds something that lasts.
Think about cricket for a second.
Yes, if someone has never played cricket and somehow hits a 6 on the first ball, that might be luck.
Or the ball made a generous decision.
Very kind ball.
Very emotionally supportive ball.
But if someone practices every day, misses the ball many times, learns the timing, improves their grip, and then hits a 6, that is different.
That is not just luck. That is progress.
And progress usually happens gradually.
Gradually means slowly, step by step, little by little.
And that's the part people often forget. They want one big lucky moment, but most strong things are built gradually.
Confidence grows gradually. Skill grows gradually. Even courage grows gradually.
Except hunger. Hunger grows very quickly.
That is true. Hunger is not gradual in my life.
Same.
But with learning, growth is usually slow. You may not feel it every day.
And then one day, unexpectedly, you understand a sentence that used to confuse you.
Yes, or you hear a phrase in a podcast and think, wait, I know this one.
That is such a good feeling.
For English learners, this matters a lot. Maybe one day you understand a movie scene unexpectedly and it feels like luck.
But real confidence grows gradually through regular listening, repeating, and using English in small ways.
So enjoy lucky moments, but do not depend only on them.
Right. Luck may open a door once, but willpower helps you keep walking.
And if we keep walking, we need energy, which brings us to something important.
The pressure part?
Yes, because willpower should not become pressure.
Right. I think some people hear willpower and imagine someone shouting at themselves.
Yes, like work harder, never stop, never rest, no excuses.
That sounds like a very angry fridge magnet.
An angry fridge magnet with capital letters.
Be strong while holding your grocery list.
Terrifying.
But real willpower is not just pressure.
Exactly. Willpower needs support. It needs rest, encouragement, patience, and sometimes a very simple plan.
And honestly, that is reassuring.
Reassuring means something makes you feel calmer, safer, or less worried.
So it is reassuring to know that you do not have to improve by attacking yourself.
Yes, you do not have to shame yourself into progress.
That is important because pressure may push you for one day, but support helps you return again and again.
Exactly. Willpower is like a small lamp, not a whip.
A small lamp.
Yes, a whip forces you. A lamp helps you see.
That's nice.
When you're tired, confused, or disappointed, you don't need more shouting. You need enough light to find the next step.
And sometimes support is very simple. Sleep, a good meal, a short walk, a friend saying, try again tomorrow.
Or tea.
Tea solves at least
40% of emotional problems.
Minimum.
But seriously, when people only pressure themselves, they often quit.
Yes, because the goal starts to feel heavy.
And for English learners, this is reassuring too. You do not need to punish yourself to improve.
You need a routine that supports you. Listen often, make mistakes safely, repeat slowly, come back without shame.
Right. English should not feel like a punishment.
No scary notebook chasing you.
Exactly. Friendly English, calm English.
And once you support yourself, the next step is to stop waiting and do something on purpose.
Yes, because support is beautiful, but movement matters too.
Right. Sometimes we wait for help before we move.
Yes, we wait for the perfect teacher, perfect mood, perfect time, perfect confidence.
Perfect chair, perfect notebook, perfect pen.
And then the notebook is too beautiful to write in.
Exactly. You open it and think, no, this page is too clean for my messy thoughts.
The notebook becomes decoration.
But the truth is, help often appears after we start moving.
Yes, movement gives you information.
When you take one step, you see things you could not see before.
Maybe you ask someone a question. Maybe you discover a better method. Maybe you realize the problem is smaller than it looked.
And that first step should be deliberate.
Deliberate means done on purpose, with intention.
So not, maybe I will improve somehow, but today I will practice for 10 minutes.
Exactly. That is a deliberate step.
I remember when I wanted to read more books, I kept saying I should read more, but nothing changed.
The books did not jump into your hands?
Very rude of them. No teamwork.
Lazy books.
Then I deliberately kept one book near my bed and read only 2 pages at night.
Just 2?
Just 2. But because it was easy, I actually did it. And slowly 2 pages became 5, 5 became 10.
That is a good example. The way appeared after you made the action smaller.
Yes. Sometimes we do not need a bigger dream. We need a smaller first step.
That is strong.
For English learners, this could be one deliberate action today.
Listen to 5 minutes. Repeat one useful sentence. Write one comment in English. Say one line out loud.
One small action opens the door.
And once you take that action, the next challenge is not letting fear stop you before you even begin.
Yes, because many people say no to themselves too early.
Right. This one is very real.
It is. Sometimes the world has not rejected us yet, but we have already rejected ourselves.
We say, I cannot do that. I'm not that kind of person. It's too late for me.
Or my English is not good enough, so I won't speak.
And often before we even try, we feel reluctant.
Reluctant means you feel unsure, uncomfortable, or not fully ready to do something.
Like when you know speaking English will help you, but you still feel reluctant because you don't want to make mistakes.
And then you hesitate.
Hesitate means you pause before doing something because you feel nervous or uncertain.
Like when your thumb is floating above the send button and suddenly that tiny message feels like a government document.
Yes, your thumb is under serious pressure.
Poor thumb.
But hesitation is normal. It doesn't mean you're weak.
Exactly. Sometimes you hesitate because the thing matters to you.
If you did not care, you would not feel nervous.
That is a nice way to look at it.
But we should not let hesitation become our permanent home.
Yes, visit hesitation if you must, but do not move in and buy furniture.
No curtains, no sofa, no emotional rent contract.
Exactly.
So if you feel reluctant to speak English, that is normal.
And if you hesitate before speaking, do not call yourself weak. Just breathe and start smaller.
Say one sentence, ask one question, repeat one phrase, comment one thought.
The goal is not to remove fear completely. The goal is to act gently while fear is still there.
And once you begin acting, you may notice something else.
What?
Talent helps, but it is not everything.
Ah, yes, the shiny talent problem. Talent is useful. We should be honest about that.
Yes, some people learn quickly. Some people speak naturally. Some people remember words easily.
And some people open a new app and understand everything in 3 seconds while I am still searching for the settings button.
That is a real struggle.
Deeply real.
But talent alone is not enough.
Exactly. Talent can give you a strong beginning, but it cannot carry you forever.
At some point, everyone needs practice.
That is where being persistent matters.
Persistent means you continue trying even when something is difficult, slow, or frustrating.
And I like this word because persistent does not mean perfect.
Yes, a persistent person is not someone who never falls. It's someone who comes back after falling.
That is important because many people quit after one bad day.
Or after one embarrassing mistake.
Or after comparing themselves with someone who looks more talented.
Comparison is rude. It enters the room and ruins the mood.
Very rude. No invitation.
But persistence is quieter. It says, okay, today was not great. I will return tomorrow.
I like that. Persistence is returning.
Yes, returning to practice, returning to the goal, returning to yourself.
For English learners, this is powerful. Some people may learn English faster, but that does not mean you cannot improve.
A persistent learner who practices calmly and regularly can go very far.
Even if they make mistakes, even if they forget words, even if they miss a few days.
They return.
And that return is where progress is built.
But even persistent people face moments when plan A fails.
Yes, and that is where the proverb becomes even more interesting.
Because a way does not always mean the first way.
This might be my favorite part of the topic.
Why?
Because many people think if the first plan fails, the whole dream is finished.
Right, but maybe only the route failed.
Exactly. Plan A is not the same as the final goal.
Very true. If one road is closed, you do not just park the car forever and start a new life on the roadside.
Hopefully not.
This is my home now. I live beside the traffic cone.
Very dramatic.
In real life, we look for another route.
But emotionally, it is not always easy. When plan A fails, we can feel exposed.
Yes, we can feel vulnerable.
Vulnerable means emotionally open or exposed, like people can see your fear, your effort, or your disappointment.
And that feeling is very real, especially when other people know you are trying.
Yes, speaking English in front of others can feel vulnerable. Applying for a better job can feel vulnerable. Starting something new can feel vulnerable.
Because people can see us before we're good at it.
That is the scary part.
But it is also the brave part.
Exactly. And when plan A does not work, we need a little optimism.
Optimistic means hopeful that something good is still possible.
But not fake positive.
Right. Not everything is perfect, because sometimes everything is absolutely not perfect.
Sometimes everything is wearing one shoe and looking for the other.
Very specific. Very true.
Real optimism says, this is difficult, but maybe there's another way.
And for English learners, this is important. If one method does not work, it does not mean English is impossible.
Maybe grammar books alone do not work for you. Try podcasts. Try short videos. Try reading aloud. Try speaking with a friend.
Try another route.
The goal is not to follow one perfect method. The goal is to keep finding a way that works for you.
And that brings us back to the proverb.
Where there's a will,
There may be another route,
another method,
another teacher,
another chance.
another small beginning.
So maybe the way does not always appear before you begin.
Sometimes the way appears because you begin.
Slowly.
Gradually.
And sometimes
Unexpectedly.
full circle. I love it.
Same. And before we move to our word tour, let's leave listeners with one simple question.
Yes, if there is something you care about, do not only ask, is there a way?
Ask, what is one way I can try today?
Because one small way can change the whole story.
That is a good place to pause.
All right, let's slow things down and take a closer look at the words from today's conversation.
Yes, these are useful B2 words because you can use them when you talk about goals, problems, confidence, fear, progress, and those moments when life does not go exactly as planned.
Right. These words help you explain real situations with more detail and more feeling.
So let's begin with the word that describes a person who has made a strong decision and does not want to give up.
All right, let's begin with determined.
Yes, determined means you have made a strong decision to do something, even if it is difficult.
Right. You can say, she was determined to improve her English this year.
Or he was determined to find a way even after his first plan failed.
So, determined is not just wanting something, it's wanting it strongly enough to keep trying.
Nice. Let's repeat it. Determined.
Determined.
Okay, now let's look at unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly means something happens in a surprising way, without warning, or not in the way you thought it would happen.
You can say, the solution appeared unexpectedly.
Or, I unexpectedly understood a difficult English sentence today.
So, unexpectedly is used when something surprises you.
Good. Let's repeat it. Unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly.
Next word, gradually.
Yes, gradually means slowly, step by step, little by little.
You can say, my confidence grew gradually.
Or, if you listen every day, your English will gradually improve.
So, gradually reminds us that progress does not always happen quickly.
Exactly. Let's repeat it. Gradually.
Gradually.
Now we have reassuring.
Reassuring means something makes you feel calmer, safer, or less worried.
You can say, it was reassuring to hear that mistakes are part of learning.
Or, her kind words were reassuring before the interview.
So reassuring is that feeling of giving comfort when you feel nervous or unsure.
Nice. Let's repeat it. Reassuring.
Reassuring.
Next word, deliberately.
Deliberately means you do something on purpose with intention.
You can say, I deliberately practiced speaking for 10 minutes every morning.
Or she deliberately chose easier English videos first so she could build confidence.
So deliberately means the action is not random. You choose to do it.
Perfect. Let's repeat it. Deliberately.
Deliberately.
Now let's look at reluctant.
Reluctant means you feel unsure, uncomfortable, or not fully ready to do something.
You can say, I was reluctant to speak English in front of everyone.
Or he felt reluctant to try again after failing once.
So reluctant is that feeling of holding back before you start.
Good. Let's repeat it. Reluctant.
Reluctant.
Next word, hesitate.
Hesitate means to pause before doing something because you feel nervous, unsure, or afraid.
You can say, do not hesitate to ask a question.
Or, I hesitated before speaking because I was afraid of making a mistake.
So hesitate is the pause before action.
Exactly. Let's repeat it. Hesitate.
Hesitate.
Now we have persistent.
Persistent means you continue trying, even when something is difficult, slow, or frustrating.
You can say, a persistent learner keeps practicing even after mistakes.
Or, she was persistent, so her speaking improved over time.
So, persistent does not mean perfect. It means you keep returning.
Beautiful. Let's repeat it. Persistent.
Persistent.
Next word, vulnerable.
Vulnerable means emotionally open or exposed, like people can see your fear, effort, or weakness.
You can say, speaking a new language can make you feel vulnerable.
Or, he felt vulnerable when he shared his dream with others.
So, vulnerable is not a bad word. It often means you are doing something honest and brave.
Nice. Let's repeat it. Vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
And our final word is optimistic.
Optimistic means hopeful that something good is still possible.
You can say, I am optimistic about my English progress.
Or, even after plan A failed, she stayed optimistic and tried another way.
So optimistic does not mean pretending everything is easy. It means believing another way may still exist.
Exactly. Let's repeat it. Optimistic.
Optimistic.
Beautiful. And that brings us to the end of today's word tour.
Yes, today we talked about willpower, effort, luck, hesitation, persistence, and the idea that the first way is not always the only way.
So, if you are working on something important right now, including your English, remember this. You do not need the full road today.
You just need one honest step.
And if that step feels small, that is okay. Small steps can still move your life forward.
Tell us in the comments, what is one thing you are determined to improve this year?
And if this episode helped you learn English, please like, subscribe, and share it with another learner.
Take care of your English.
And take care of your heart. This is Anna.
And this is Jake.
And you've been listening to the English Leap podcast. Bye!
Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.